All right, for this deep dive, we're looking at a grain that was so exclusive that ordinary people weren't even allowed to touch it.
Really, a level of exclusivity you just don't see.
We are talking about Karuppu kavuni rice,
Mm-hmm.
an ancient grain from South India. They called it the rice of the royals.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission is pretty simple: to find out if modern science backs up that royal assessment. Why is this grain considered a nutraceutical treasure?
And what's so remarkable here is that this exclusivity, it wasn't just happening in South India.
Oh, really?
Not at all. We see this exact same thing in ancient China. The very same grain was known there as forbidden rice.
Forbidden rice. I like the sound of that.
And the rule was simple. Access was strictly, and I mean strictly, reserved for the emperor.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's unpack this for a second. When you have two completely distinct ancient powers,
Right.
one in South India, the other in China, and they both independently decide a specific food is just too valuable for the general population, I mean, you have to think it's more than just taste.
It has to be. It suggests they recognize some kind of serious therapeutic, maybe even medicinal benefit centuries ago.
And that benefit, it's something you can actually see.
You absolutely can. That therapeutic power is literally visible in its deep purple-black color.
The color is the signal.
It's the signal, yeah. It points to this. Just an extraordinarily high concentration of anthocyanin pigments, all found within the intact bran hull.
And when you say high concentration, how high are we talking?
The numbers are pretty staggering. We're talking an estimated total of around 456 milligrams per 100 grams.
That's a huge number, but it's a little abstract. How does that compare to something we'd know?
Okay, so put it this way. The source material tells us that one spoonful of this black rice has more of these powerful anthocyanin antioxidants than a comparable spoonful of, say, blueberries.
Wow. More than blueberries.
What's fascinating here is that the takeaway isn't just more antioxidants, it's how that sheer concentration actually changes the grain's function metabolically. And that brings us to its structure.
Right. The structure. Because if you want to cook Karuppu kavuni, you have to soak it, right? For like 6 to 8 hours.
You do.
That feels like a major hassle, but is that preparation step actually the secret to its health benefits?
It absolutely is. That soaking is key. It's what softens this incredibly dense, complex fiber structure.
And that density is what matters.
That density physically slows down how enzymes can break it down in your gut. So the result is this really slow, gradual release of glucose.
Which gives it a low glycemic index, a low GI.
A profoundly low GI, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it metabolically superior even to most brown rice, which usually has a medium GI.
Okay, so we've got the metabolic benefits down. But those ancient Siddha texts, they revered it for boosting stamina and supporting a healthy heart. That sounds like more than just fiber.
It is, absolutely. Those traditional claims are completely validated by its mineral density. You get about 120 milligrams of magnesium per 100 grams.
And magnesium is critical for cellular energy, for ATP.
Exactly, and for minimizing muscle cramps. Plus, you get robust levels of iron, which is essential for oxygen transport. Those two minerals are really the engine behind those stamina claims.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. If we zoom in from the minerals, we're talking about compounds that are actively targeting the body's inflammation mechanisms on a molecular level.
Yes. This is what makes it a true nutraceutical. The anthocyanins, they actually suppress two separate inflammatory regulators. First, they go after NF-kappa B.
NF-kappa B.
Right. Think of it as the body's 9/11 system. It governs that acute, rapid immune response.
And what about the second pathway? Because we all know that chronic inflammation is that silent, low-grade problem.
That's the other critical piece. They also mitigate that long-term chronic inflammation by inhibiting something called the NLRP3 inflammasome pathway.
So it's both.
It hits both. A single food that can target the acute 9/11 response and that sustained, smoldering chronic damage. That offers really comprehensive therapeutic reach.
That clarifies so much. And finally, the traditional claim about better circulation, that's directly linked to anti-aging benefits.
Correct. The grain's extracts actively signal the body to produce more tight collagen alpha-2 or COL1A2.
And that's the collagen for what, skin? Joints?
For skin, for joints, and crucially, for reinforcing the structural integrity of your blood vessel walls. It's the molecular explanation for that better circulation claim.
So what does this all mean? It seems Karuppu kavuni rice gives us this rare, complete picture. It's a single food that's delivering high nutrient density.
The magnesium, the iron for stamina.
Right. And at the same time, it's delivering this targeted dual-action anti-inflammatory signaling at a molecular level.
This really raises an important question, though. We have strong in vitro data, strong animal model data, but the sources all emphasize this critical need for rigorous human clinical trials.
But not with extracts, right, with the whole grain.
With the whole grain, prepared in its traditional form.
It's a fascinating thought. Are we missing the point if we just isolate these chemicals into a pill? Or does the real therapeutic power lie in the integrity of a centuries-old agricultural practice? Something for you to mull over.